with Bubba Is You for episode 3. I only just noticed that it says Bubba Is You and Flag Is Win at the bottom right of this screen. I wonder if that means anything. Anyway, last time we made it to the Solitary Island, started into it, I guess this is roughly like half of it done, including 3 secret stages. Hopefully there are no more, because this one took me an hour and 20 minutes. Or hopefully we just blitz the next few. Anyway, one thing I will just note is that I noticed my camera's been going out of focus a bunch in the past few recordings of, like, all the games we've been playing. So I turned off the autofocus on it. Hope that helps. We'll see. Anyway, Stage 10, wireless connection. I'm really enjoying this game, though, so I'm quite pleased that it all got so much more complicated the second I praised it. Wait, what did I just say? It was going normally. So robot is push, and I think robot is move. It probably says somewhere. Maybe? No, we don't have move. No, nothing is move yet. But the move thing we saw earlier, and basically what it means is every time I take a step, they take a step in whatever direction they are facing. And you can also wait for them to push stuff around, which can be helpful. Oh, this is just... Wait, hedges. Bog is defeat, but not for robot, apparently. What I don't know is the robot only able to move on one particular axis? And how would I determine that axis if so? So it just moves in whichever way I pushed it? Is that correct? Do I understand correctly? So if I do this, it'll start moving up and down? Right. So if I want it to go retrieve win for us, I would have to go push it, which means I'd need to turn push back on. I'm understanding? Okay, it's making sense now. Sorry, this is because I'm doing the levels out of order that I'm like having to learn multiple things at once. So, but the cog is also something I can assign the move thing to. But so I can say the cog moves left and right and the robot moves up and down. So all I have to do is do something like this, and then I need to get it down to, this is the right elevation. How am I going to do that with the cog? Well, it doesn't actually matter all that much what the elevation is as long as I get it right. Like, stop the cog at the right point. So I'm going to push the cog. Oh, sorry. Now the cog must become push. I'm just get you 2 keywords closer together. That'll make this a little easier. I'm going to say cog is push, and I'm going to, push it right beside this one, but facing to the right, so that when I say cog is move, it'll start pushing that thing along. And out of curiosity, does it move the same move that I push it out? Yes, it does. Okay, sorry. So I also have to make robot push. And then right when it is 1 away from the spot where I need it to push the robot to, which is here, I will push it off of move so it stops there. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that it pushing it would also change its direction. I see. That is a problem. So I get that we've got to stop here. So the question is, how do I make one get over there without turning? I guess I could now say that cog is stop. And so now robot can move left and right there, and it won't leave that area because the cog is a wall. But I don't know yet how I get it to turn from where it is. I get we've got an and here, so it's almost like I'm supposed to say robot and cog is move. But have them moving on different axes. I guess the question to ask myself is, if something is push and move, and I push it, does that change its direction? Yes, it does. Trouble is, that only helps me change its direction if it's already on, if there's already something moving up and down on that side. If I'm understanding correctly. And if I already had something moving up and down that side, it wouldn't be a big deal. I assume the fact that we have 2 different entities here is pertinent, so saying cog as robot wouldn't help. Like, it wouldn't help to get 2 robots that are doing the same thing, probably. Although it would be easier to write commands for them, in a sense. To say that they were push and move, and then have them walk together, and then maybe... I don't know what yet, but shove one up this way, and then they're going back and forth and something. I really should have done this in sequential order, huh? They probably would have eased me into this a little fast and slower. There is still time to do it in sequential order, but I kind of want to figure it out from this. For example, when you transform something, does it always face down? So if I push the robot like this, and then I say robot is cog, and then cog is move, this cog right here was facing right a minute ago. Does it still, or does it default to up and down? Okay, it's still facing right. Okay, interesting. So it's not like transforming it will change its direction. How do I then? Because even if I were to pull some funky shenanigans like pushing the robot all the way over here with like text or something to the point that I wanted it, even though that one's 1 short, but to do something like this, and then I somehow got the robot to do move, it's just moving right and left at that point. Because of the way I shoved it. The whole wireless connection title of this makes me think I'm supposed to they're talking about using the cog and the robot to move in different axes at some point once they're over the death bog. Question is just how do I get them to change directions once over there? Or is it necessary? I think it must be necessary because I don't see how else they would get the win keyword from out of those pipes. And I suppose we probably need flag as well because the robot and cog will probably both be over there. Well, if one of them is walking left and right, eventually it'll come back and we can just say it's win. We just need the win keyword. It's probably the most vital thing. So I'm understanding that if I wait long enough, then you get where I want you to be. Somewhat. It's just about getting you to change direction there, friend. And obviously this and keyword has something to do with it all, but what yet? I cannot say. I was worried about this. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, and I was a little bit worried that it was going to severely impact my ability to play this game, and it would appear that fear was somewhat founded. But just for sake of argument here, robot will now just walk left and right in between there and be stuck. Oh, because cog is not stop, I see. If cog becomes stop though, then just walk back and forth between there. And if I say you're stop and push, then the robot just pushes you out of the way, right? I assume? Yes, indeed. And if I say robot is move and push, as in it can be pushed, then it doesn't matter because nothing else is moving into it. Hitting something that is stop does not make it turn. It seems the only thing that can do that is a push. But if I, hang on. So if I go like, and something like this, then it'll shove you along, and I can... I see. The second it shoves you, you decide to become a right and leftward thing, do you? Alright, let me suck up my pride and just do them in order, because clearly there's a whole lot I'm not understanding. Oops, let's try number 6. Assembly team. Okay, so we are the robots. We are wanting to assemble. Baba is you. Water is sink, so we would sink in the water like that, and so would Baba if we pushed it like that. So we just want to walk together. We're also stop, are we? I see. So we can't walk quite together, but we can do something like this to get our self facing a little different way, and then, even though Baba is at the wall, the is you can come across. Okay, we got that one leagues faster than the previous one. Excellent. Give me a hard one next time, why don't you? Catch the thief! Okay, so Robo walks back and forth and it's gonna steal the U in a minute. Robot is move, but it isn't push. So I don't quite get here in time to stop it, nor do I get here in time to push it fully out of the way, do I? Oh, I do. Okay, so Baba is you is now safe. Robot is move, but it isn't push, so I can't manipulate her up and down as it stands. I can break robot is move, though, for the moment, and then maybe I could say robot is used that I control it as well. Oh yeah, after I do that, I can just walk it, push the win out myself, because it's in a position that makes that possible. Then get robot to hang out over there for a minute while I come around to push it more like this away. Sorry about this, robot. No, I can't actually get robot exploded at that point, because I need something to be win for us to walk into, which is possible if I simply shove the win in here, then Baba becomes win and robot becomes us, and we walk into Baba. Good. All right, let's try number 9, research facility. Skull is hot. Bubba is us. Wall is stop. Let me just look at the rest of the rules in the pause menu here. Bubba's us. Skull is hot. Bolt is melt. Wall stop. Bolt is push. Kiki is defeat. Kiki's gatekeeping this area. All right. Okay. So we've got a wait thing because we've also got the move thing here. Bolt is push, so I can get Bolt to move. I seem to recall when I was playing with my family, and I'll stop bringing that up at some point. We did a few of the beginning missions of World 3, but we didn't do all of the missions in the Solitary Island here, as I am planning to. Anyway, I assume things that are moved don't get defeated, so let's just try something like this. Yes, move, it just walks right through it. But it does melt if it touches that, right? Okay, yeah. And where is that? It's over there. Is that something that I could change? Maybe not. So in theory, something I could do is, put push in front of here after, and only after moving it, this over here. Put push there so that it the bolt is going to push defeat to displace hot as it goes there, so it can now go through the skull. If I move one more though, then it pushes the Bob out of is you, and then nothing is me. Oh wait, the bolt. Oh, I can still wait around. I see, even when nothing is me. Fascinating. Oh. But I don't melt, so I can go through the skulls? I did not realize that. Okay, I'm seeing now. So it's probably the other way around. I want move to be here, and I want to just push the bolt through. And so it'll be like, it stops being hot. No, because then I move one more, and I'm no more. skull. Oh, that's right, that's moving by itself. I was like, wait, I'm controlling the skull? Spitballing here. If I do this sort of thing. What have we achieved? Bolt can go through... Oh, yes. Okay, so perhaps, hang on. Perhaps I can just do this myself to make this not hot. Oh, I can't quite. Because I will be defeated at the exact moment. So I'm thinking what I need is for Bolt to move. Bolt to be is move to go through Kiki and then push that final skull out of the way out of skull is hot or skull is defeat. So skull becomes nothing and I can just walk on over. But I can't at the moment because Bolt will melt if it touches the skull. So we need to displace that hot thing, but not in a way that makes Bolt irretrievable or the keyword Bolt or is or move. So I would think I would have to do it with something like this, except this insta-kills me. And even if I did do it like this, if we pushed it anyone more, I would no longer be me, which means that even if I got skull to not be defeat, if I walk to the left here, I would push into defeat, into hot, into is, and that would all be wrong. Oh, do you suppose we're supposed to do something weird like get us moving at the same time? We might be supposed to. Yeah. Hang on. Okay. So if I put you like here, and then I change it to move, get you like doing this kind of thing, and then I'm gonna have to change it off of push so you start moving and I can retrieve push, and then I'm gonna do something like this, and I'm gonna wait for you to. Oops. Sorry. It scared me. Oh no, I can't quite because if I move left, then I get the hot thing out of the way, but not in time, I see. Not in time for you to push defeat. I was thinking if we walked at the same time like this, then I could shove hot, and it would move and then push the skull, but it doesn't, the spacing does not allow for that because I'm displacing things at a different pace. Oh, but I don't need to because I can walk through the skull right now, right? Like this. Okay, right. Sorry. I forgot that I didn't melt. Good, so you can get moving there, and I will follow swiftly behind. I will push this thing here, so skull becomes defeat, and then you take it so that it's not that way. Okay, that was all that this puzzle was. Okay, so I was way overcomplicating it is the thing. Okay, I will wait for you to come back, and then I will make you into win, my friend. Good. Sorry, that was just me not understanding that I wouldn't melt if I touched the skulls first. Cool. Oh, now we're back to number 10, wireless connection. Okay, so I should be able to understand this now. I should have all the requisite learning. That said secret level 6, didn't it, by the way? I've only done 3 of them so far. Oh no. Well, we've slowed down considerably, friends. Okay, think. Admiral, think. Be better. I feel like it's gotta be something like I push them and make them go up. But when I push them to the right and then tell them to move, they only go left and right because that's the way they're facing. And similarly, if I then say they can also be pushed, and while they're moving to the right, I push them up, say, they just start going up and down. So again, it's like I'm supposed to get the cog over to that side and then have them like bump into it and turn. I just don't understand how that happens yet. This is all looking pretty immutable, like none of this can get changed. Flag can't transform into anything. Bog is always going to be defeat for me. Pipe is always going to be stop. It totally blends in if you do this. I suppose I could get them to push the rules around, I just don't understand why I would yet. This one has me thoroughly stumped. Okay, so I wasn't, I thought it was because I was missing something huge from the previous 2 levels, but no, this one's just confusing me. Sorry about that. It's one of those things where I'm not very good at visualizing what it will look like when they start moving around, but to set it up takes like 5 minutes. There are so many steps involved in getting them both moving. If they are both move and one of them is push and they run into each other face first, one of them will just start pushing them the other way, right? So you're moving left and right, and I say, so at the end I can make 1 entity 2 properties or 2 entities 1 property, and maybe something the other way as well. It's not like if you put move on twice, they like change direction or something. Like if I say move, and then I take it off, and then I say move again. And like we said, it's not like I can... Oh, hang on a minute. Does stop also mean you don't turn? It's easier to tell which way the robot is facing. So if I say is stop and push, then when you push it, stop, push, and. Then when you push it, does it keep the same? It does not. Okay. If they're both stop and move and push, then they just go through each other. That's not altering things hugely. Okay, the simple question I need to ask myself, because this is clearly what has to happen, is one of them is going to be moving up and down when it's on the other side. How do I make anything move up and down when it's on that side? I don't understand that. It's like I need a way to push it without it changing, like, rotation. But stop doesn't do that. Transforming it keeps its rotation, so it's not as though I can transform it somehow to change it. I'm really totally lost here. I feel like there's a fundamental rule about move that I don't understand that would help explain. Like, if it's something like... Hang on. If it's boxed in on either side, does it somehow, like, make it change directions? Now say cog is stop, and say robot is move. Do you just stop altogether, or because you're boxed in on left and right, do you start moving up and down? No, you just stop there, okay. That's what I would expect to happen. How to make you turn? Or is there some more obvious way? Sorry. This was all way simpler than I made it out to be. I understand now. Took me a minute. I'm not trying to get win out of there. I'm trying to get and is, so flag and rock is win. Wow, I feel like a complete moron. That should not have taken that long. I was way thinking about that the wrong way. So I say move here, and you're gonna go ba 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 ba, and I go boosh to make you put that there. Now I say cog is push. I get you right there. Now I say cog is move, and I just hang around on the flag until we win. Okay, wow. That was just one of the basic levels too. Oh man, that should not have taken me nearly that long. Anyway, it's telling us there are 4 more levels here. 3 of which are secrets because we haven't seen Secret 5 yet. And I guess you get it after prison here. Well, let's just jump over to extra level 6 here and hope I can redeem myself because that should not have been that hard. Okay, evaporating river. So water is sink, but it's also hot. But look at judging by the steam. Yes, it is. Cog is push and melt. Skull is defeat. I can stop water from being sink. Am I melt? No. Cog is push and melt, so I can't get it across here. For reasons I do not know yet, and there may be none, I can say water is wall. Text can't go across there though, so that doesn't seem helpful. However, if I were so desirous, I could one by one push these words in here and do absolutely nothing, Admiral, because you'll die if you touch that, okay? But it does look like we're going to hopefully eventually push those skulls somehow, or push something through the skulls, like probably cog, into the flag that says win. Do we have keyword move? We do not. But if we got the cog to push water is sink, then we would have 4 things. Like if we push the cog into water is sink, we would get 4 things going there. So I think the idea is that because water is sink, if you have this thing on. By the way, can you move sink off and sink something in the same turn? You cannot. So currently I can sync myself by doing that, but we need to sync something, presumably. This one is an extra one, so we're expecting it's going to be hard, but fortunately it doesn't seem like there are a whole lot of moves you can really make. Currently we can push the cog, but seemingly can't push it across the water. If we manage to sync something in, then the cog could easily come through. I just don't know what else I can move yet. The skull isn't pushed somehow, is it? No. So something like Baba is you is water is unhelpful because, oh, that doesn't even work anyway. Alright, something I haven't tried is pushing these 3 keywords over to this side. Let's see if there's anything we can do over here. I assume saying water is hot twice is unhelpful. Correct. 2 times water is hot. I can say flag is sink. I could say flag is water also. To what end, I'm not sure. As far as I understand, the cog is only useful to us, is chiefly useful to us at the moment as another thing to help us push flag into is win. But I need to push something else into the water to sink it, and give us a bridge for the cog to push in that manner. Well, here's an idea. It probably will mean that I can't really get back, although that's not necessarily a huge problem. I can say water is skull, which case I can easily push you through it. To what advantage? Not yet clear. Not yet clear at all. Because that's still defeat for me. But bear it in mind, and this will all make sense real soon. Oh, I fixed the statement. Cog is water, I don't believe helps. Question, does saying water is defeat overwrite water is hot? Such that this can go through. Nope, it's just hot and defeat now, so it can melt both of us. Sorry, I can say water is skull here, and then do something like this to get the cog across. I just can't get the water is back out of there to say water is water again. Well, actually, that wouldn't do it anyway because they're skulls now. So we probably want water to be sink and then make a bridge for some purpose. What can I do with this cog that is hanging here? I can say it is sink. That's about all I can do with it, I think, at the moment. I can say water is skull. I can say water is water. I can say another water is hot. I can say water is stop. I can say water is wall. But since I can't change water to stop, I don't think we want that. I presume saying cog is sink doesn't help, because then it's sink and hot, so this doesn't achieve anything, really. It destroys them both. Or does it achieve something? Not really. Somehow cog is sink feels like the next logical step, because I can't think of anything else to do with these words, really. It does at least allow me to create a bridge, which formerly I could only do by sinking myself, which was an instant death, and Baba cannot not be you here, it seems. So Baba going down is major no-no. So using the cog as a bridge maybe helps somehow. We're calling it evaporating river, so I think we're saying it's hot, it's gonna be hot, and something's gonna sink into it to obliterate it, or the other way around, it's gonna sink into the cog, however you want to put it. Evaporating makes it sound like it's gonna float into the sky, like we had before, but there is no float, as far as I can see. That's interesting. I can push water sink into the water to obliterate 3 of them. It just kind of makes things infinitely worse, because I now have even fewer things to push around, and it seems like I do just need 4 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, to push flag in there. So basically, there's something else I have to move that will eventually sink into the water, right? But I don't see anything else in here that can move except myself. And it seems like we only have one is you. And I can't make anything else into Baba, so sinking Baba is a major no-no, like I said! Wasn't I listening to me? Like I was saying earlier, I think maybe I'm not in the correct headspace for this game today, but that will not stop me from persisting. And perhaps also we just got into a harder bout anyway. Okay, can't do that because water is hot and cog is melt. Can I get rid of either of those qualities? I don't see a way to. We have learned before that if you are melt and something is hot and that hot thing is also push, you can shove the hot thing out of the way without melting. But I don't believe I have that much control over these qualities. We already said that the U keyword, you can't apply keywords to it, like U is sink. Not, again, that I would know how that would help. I don't think I'm thinking about getting flag as wind to the right space in the wrong way. That feels like this is pretty hard. A pretty firm suggestion that since we don't have anything moving autonomously, you're going to have to push things 1, 2, 3, 4 into to get that to happen. It's interesting, because in theory I have like very few things I can do here. There are only 4 entities I can currently push around. It was just these 4 things. How can I not figure it out? I can't shove any of the rest of this. There must be some way to think about pushing keywords and other things that I'm not yet cognizant of. You see what I did there? How about that ocean world, huh? That was easy. So I can push cog through here, but I just can't get this junk out. Is there a way to displace the effect of that? I don't think so. As soon as I have it over here, like if I can move it left and right here for the time being, but the second I push it in there to be Water's skull, it's irretrievable, I'm pretty sure, all of it. Okay, if I'm supposing the cog has to end up where this skull is, the cog unquestionably has to come to the side of the water, right? In fact, I think I also have to be on that side at that point, because for us to push in a conga line of 5, I would end up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then flag goes over there. So the way I'm thinking about it, the 3 keywords, the cog and I, all have to be on this side. Which means one of 2 things. We have to lose a portion of the water, presumably via sink, or we have to get the cog across without it melting. As far as I'm reading, neither of those is possible because cog can never not melt. Cog will always melt and water will always be hot, so there's no way to get it to the left here while the water is still there. Unless you sink something, in which case, again, you are out of... we have insufficient items to do the conga line. Unless the conga line also results in my demise, like this, which we are pretty sure shouldn't work out. Yet another thing, just trying all the options, not that I should think this should do anything, is that cog flag can be sink, in which case we can get rid of it, which shouldn't help. I don't think there's a way to push flag out of the way such that water is wind or anything. Weird. This feels like it should be really simple. I get it's an extra level and they're usually hard, but there are no extraneous moving parts, so everything happens as I move, and I only have 4 things to move at the moment, as far as I can tell. One of which is a an object and the other one is a keyword, like an action keyword, like a descriptor keyword. So there should be the gamut of actions I could take should be very limited, and I should have tried them all. So there must be some obvious way this all links together that I'm missing hugely. There's not some weird thing where it like loops on the screen, right? Like if I push water is to this side, it doesn't reach around the screen and say water is sink. That would be silly, right? That's not a thing, right? Good, okay. Is there something I'm thinking wrong about this? Is it's not so much as getting flag in there as it is getting Win out somehow? Or getting Baba to go down and something else to becoming us? I don't see how that could happen. I think it has to end with flag becomes Win there and we go touch the flag. Don't know why it feels like I was on the right track with Cog is sync. I don't understand how that would help. Because we get our lovely bridge, but as far as I know, this puts us effectively back to where we started in that we have 3 pushable objects on this side. Okay, brain moment. Okay, you know what? I was trying to figure out how Cog is sync helps. It actually could help in a sort of major way because we can also push it. We don't sync if we touch it, so we can. And text syncs in water, so we can sync. No, we can't. Oh, I thought we would be able to push it into text to sync it, but apparently not. Never mind. So I could like destroy water as hot or something, and then I get another keyword to use. Why doesn't it work that way? I guess you can't push a sink onto something else, so it has to be something else that goes into the sink. That can't be right? Surely, if you push something that's sink onto something that should sink. Because we said water, like the text can sink, because if you push it... Oh. Wait, can you sync a defeat thing? Anyway, but what I'm saying is the text should sync, so I thought that would work if Cog was pushable, that I could push something that sinks things onto something that should sync, and it would sync. Perhaps, though, if I do this, they all 3 explode, right? Okay, that's not helpful. If I push them all 3 to the edge of the water, though, I can't just push one in and have it sink, right? Like this? No. I was thinking if I could use one of these to make a bridge, namely water, that I would still have is sync, and I could get Cog is sync, and maybe Cog is sync allows us to sink a skull? Oh, no, sorry, this is still possible, because I can set up the is sync on this side, like, this, and then it'll sync that, okay. So I can still get the ever-treasured Cog is sync, which seems to be the thing I have to do. And does Cog is sync let you sync the defeat things, maybe? It didn't let me sync the text when I pushed it into it, so I don't know why it does, but okay, that works. I don't understand the way that rule is set up, apparently. No matter, let's try the next one. Next time on Baba Is You, because I really should stop now. Thinking about it. Okay, I don't feel too mad at myself for not understanding that. Although I probably should have thought of syncing the text earlier. I actually don't understand if I am allowed to push Cog is sync into skull to explode it, why I'm not allowed to push it into text. Because as far as I knew, text sunk in water. Texts could sync. And we're not saying that you can't push a sync thing onto something because I just pushed it into the skull and it did that. So that is a confusing rule, but no matter. We'll be on a dim signal and then we'll try and finish 11 and Extra Stage 5 next time. And if we get all 3 of those done, we'll have completed the Solitary Island on part 4. Oh, how bold I was when I cleared the first world in the first episode and I was feeling so good about myself. Silly me. Things got so much more windy already. But that is all for now. Next week the channel is going to be our very first episode of Hitman Contracts. Exciting. Thank you all so very much for coming around. Let's just see what this is. Oh, it's more of this. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! With the other ones, actually. Either way, it's not particularly easy regardless of what you do. But yeah, Tame the Beast, I'll do the purple one. I believe it basically in left to right on that podium goes slowest to fastest, but most control to least control. So purple is fastest and least control.